Pixar's Turning Red is here. This is all the Pixar Easter eggs in the film, as well as some of the things you miss. So at the beginning of the film, we can see some bao dumplings, which as we know are throughout the film. This is from director Dumi Shi, who was also the director of the Pixar short Bao, so we can see this Easter egg in the film. May's wearing a Tamagotchi in her backpack. Her flute case has a lot of stickers, including Talk to the Hand and a rainbow colored unicorn that looks like a little Lisa Frank creation. May and her friends go to Lester B. Pearson Middle School. And Lester B. Pearson was the 14th Prime Minister of Canada. Fry is reading the final chapter of Nightfall by Roberta Mover. This is a nod to the Twilight book series. We see the Lightyear Easter egg is located on Miriam's skateboard, which as we know is going to be the next Pixar film releasing this summer. When Priya and May do their handshake, it is the same one Will and Jazz do in The French Prince of Bel-Air. Abby's dressed like Voodoo from Monster Inc. Now the magazine May shows her friends is Twin Beat. This is a nod to Teen Beat and Tiger Beat. And yes, Teen Beat, your favorite 2000 magazine. Now for a time it could be a nod to inspired by Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, 98 Degrees, and others. When May's walking down the street after getting off the trolley, there's a sign for a Bao restaurant. This is again the film that director Dumi Chi was the director of. Mr. Gao is voiced by James Hong. He boys Chifu in Mulan. This is not the only Easter egg from Mulan, as later in the film, the food represents that of Mulan as well. Before this one, there's May named the red panda statues at the front of the temple Bart and Lisa, which of course is from The Simpsons. Sandra Oh is May's mother, and she also voiced Birana in Raya and the Last Dragon. Ming and May are watching a Korean drama called J Palace. Later in film, we can see Hootie from Owl House. The money from Borrow is on the back of May's sketchbook, which is so nice to see as well. This is not the only one that we see. We also see Pearl from the Pixar short as is seen on May's desk. Ming's license plate reads a Systems, which is just hilarious. And May's backpack is a Backsport, aka a nod to the still popular JanSport backpacks. The scene with May's mother Ming hiding behind a tree is based on a real event that happened between the director and her mother. She said, "The reason why a lot of moments in the movie are so cringy are because they come from real life experiences. I definitely had a secret sketchbook under my bed that my parents still do to this day, have not found out about yet. I don't know where it is right now. I need to go home and find it and burn it." I had a similar moment to May on my first day of middle school, when I was walking out of school and my newly found friends, and one of them tapped me on the shoulder and whispered, "Who's the lady hiding behind a tree with sunglasses on staring at us?" And that was her mother. The movie is set up in Toronto, Canada in the early 2000s because this is where the director grew up. All the cell phones the kids at school own resemble flip-flop phones and Nokia, although they're labeled Jokia. The pink Nokia phone has a rainbow unicorn, which is from Inside Out. May's grandmother is voiced by Wai Xing. She played Madame Gao on The Defenders, Iron Fist, and Daredevil. I tell us Purdy, the cha-cha-cha slide is playing. Boogle, the game is on the table, and the song playing when May turns into the panda is Bootylicious by Destiny Child. By the way, you were looking for the Luxo ball. You look no further, that is in the pool, and I had issue finding this one, but I'm glad I did. The number 4 is considered unlucky due to the fact it sounds like the word "that" in both Chinese and Korean. On May 25th, 2002, the moon was not a red moon, but rather a waxing gibbous, with an illumination by the sun at 99%. The four-town concert they're wearing all white is like the Backstreet Boys did to their album Millennium. When Gao draws a circle to open a door to the astral plane, this is similar to what they did in Seoul. When May enters the astral realm, the art style resembles that of Studio Ghibli. As May is running towards the stadium in panda form, she runs past the Pizza Planet truck, and it can be seen on the right side of the screen, and it's just absolutely hilarious. Now the final song that we see when they're performing the ritual is a song of Everybody by the Backstreet Boys. At the end of the film, we see the 113, which is of course the studio that one of the original Pixar films were created. The score of this film is by Luke Wood, who as we know did the score for The Mandalorian as well as the movie of Black Panther. This is his first movie in an animated film. The director of the film explained that Turning Red is inspired by this universal struggle of growing up and trying to figure out how to honor your parents, but also stay true to yourself. For Mei Lee in the movie, the red panda is this magical spark that set up this internal conflict within herself. Up until that point, Mei thinks she has it all, I'll figure it out, like we all did before we woke up one day and realized all of a sudden we're covered in body hair, we smell funky, and our emotions are all over the place, and we're hungry all the time. We want to use the red panda in this movie as an adorable metaphor for the scary, More specifically, we want to explore the gnosis of Asian parent-child relationships and deal with change, and all of the intergenerational conflict and how it shapes who we become. The reason that she decided to do it in Toronto, Canada in the early 2000s, it's not just because when she grew up as a teen, but it also the hate of tween teen pop mania. We also wanted to avoid social media topics and just tell the story in simpler time of flip phones, CDs, jelly bracelets, and Tamagotchis. Fort Town is definitely an homage to all the boy bands I loved growing up in the late 90s, early 2000s. Backstreet Boys and Sync O-Town 98 Degrees. We really wanted them to also feel multicultural, and even though they're in an homage to the boy bands of that era, we wanted to bring a little bit of modern touch to them. One of the boy band members, Tai Young, is an homage to K-pop bands that I got into college. So what are your thoughts on some of the Easter egg and things you missed in the film? My name is Christian from Beyond Premiere. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye everyone.